Welcome to Teledal TV. This is Beyond the Scores here with AFCON edition after a long weekend, bringing you guys all the latest AFCON news in a hectic AFCON. Really exciting. We want to thank you for tuning in and joining us. Obviously, Mangfi and Uncle T bringing you back to round up some of the games from the weekend and look forward to the last set of games you start day. Today we have an exciting lineup with Angola versus Egypt and Zimbabwe versus South Africa. Also Zambia versus Morocco and Comoros versus Mali. All coming today. While we give you a preview of that, we'll also give you analysis of what we've watched all weekend. Be right back after this break. ñu ngi leen a nuyu fii Teledal TV on Beyond the Scores maa ngi fii ak Uncle T ñu ngi waxtaan affaire yi AFCON bi games yi ñu stoppuñ de mu ngi continue every day ñu ngi ñoo isil lu ees and it's lived up to AFCON bi so far.
Well, thank you very much, Tafawada. It's good to be back again. It was a jam-packed weekend when it comes to football, especially the AFCON. Comme ni nga ko waxee la woon rek ci weekend bi gisoon nañu so many surprises, especially some few games Senegal,
big teams,
the Nigeria game. xam nga gisoon nañ yoo xamante ne rek boobu kenn xaarul leen foofu. But like I said, it's all about AFCON fever throughout Africa, and we're good to go.
Exactly. And let's start with one of the big games, Demba. Two of the giants of the tournament, two teams that would probably think they have a chance. Ivory Coast, you play Cameroon, Demba in a 1-1 draw. It was a little slow the start of game, but as the game picked up the second half, Biyange gets some of the quality that these two teams had. I enjoyed watching that, seeing chess match between the two teams. What was your outlook of that game between those giants?
It's natural when you have these two giants like you mentioned. Du ñëw rek primparam game bi because Ivory Coast xam nañ Cameroon ku leen am muy Kylian doo nelaw guddi so doo ñëw rek dal di xam nga rek parak-parage affaire bi. So that explains the reason why the game at the beginning, you have to be a bit slow, set the game plan that your opponent comes up with, right? Well, then from there, then that's where you build up the tempo. Then we've seen two giants coming up with some very fantastic, game. For me, actually, I was thinking it would have been a 1-1 or a 0-0.
Man, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised by the result. Man, you fan la, as a lot of you know. So I guess my boy be Ahmad score. Good to see Ahmad score. Not easy goals you so they'll say Man U. But it was a very good game. Guy you get own goal, pull equalize, pull Cameroon. But also second game, another interesting game. Algeria booked their place into the next round officially. Ñoom ñu ngi door Burkina Faso. Mahrez stepped up again to score a penalty for them. Comme loo ko waxee si beneen bés bi North African teams yi ñoom duñ dee caaxaan.
Yeah, of course.
Xanaa round 16 ak quarter final waaye ay group stage yi ñoom dañ dee ñëw rek straight to business, and Algeria kept up with that.
Yeah, group stages yi boo xoolee even dëkk yu mel ni ay ñoom Egypt, ay Tunis, ay Morocco. Sometimes they can start a little bit slow, but at the same time, it doesn't stop them. They will either win two of their first three games, or they will go all out and then win all the games. So it wasn't also surprising to see results of that nature. And of course, the firepower of the North African was just too much for Burkina Faso to contain.
Yeah.
So obviously I was not surprised with that one.
Yeah.
Well, of course, Burkina, they gave out everything.
No, they're a good team.
And it wasn't an easy ride as well, but
Yep.
nonetheless, at the end of the day, quality will come over quantity.
100%, 100%. And then another game, I thought was very interesting for in that group between Gabon and Mozambique. Man, Gabon was my sleeper pick. I was
Yeah,
telling
well,
you.
of course, I think everybody was betting on
Yeah,
Gabon.
I thought Gabon, especially after I've seen Gabon in qualifiers against Gambia, maa ngi tegoon ne Gabon boobu Mozambique team bu ndaw lañ musu ñoo win AFCON game. I thought ne it was set up for Gabon, but Mozambique won nañ AFCON be what it's all about, and they came and they fought together. They fought and they took the lead, and then Gabon tried to come back and they extended it. So Mozambique then show up, and this is for their country. This is a big deal. And
yes, I think the Mozambique, technically they've done very well. They came into the game and they didn't allow the Gabonese to even settle for Muna execute their game plan. And that creates a lot of difficulty for Gabon. More than guy you concede a goal. And yes, of course, they have to fight back. And yet still, I think yesterday Mozambique showed some really determination. Jom lañ fa wone. Parce que léeg-léeg football bi tam dafay am fu muy àgga mais jom rek moom moo lay jàllale.
tactique bi ak technical bi
yëpp dafay dem.
jom la rek.
jom bi moo lay pousse xam nga rek nga dem ba jeex. ci te foog naa ne démb gisoon nañ lu mel noonu from I think that's a good spirit anyway.
I love AFCON for that.
Yes.
They mun a gis dëkk yi seen spirit.
Even di nga gis ne bu dëkk lose sax waaye di nga appreciate the fact ne they really fought very well and they gave it all out. Yes, of course, it's a game of football. There must be losers, there must be winners at the end of the day, but even the losers they bow down honorably. You understand?
100%.
And Telolu is something that you can really appreciate.
100%. Last one be from Demba. You don't just waxtaan lolo before we came on air. You were so surprised and happy for Sudan were able to get a win in that game against Equatorial Guinea, and other big win for a smaller nation in AFCON history. What did you think of Sudan?
Yesterday, I think Sudan dañ joomaloon ñëpp parce que dafa mel ni fu leen kenn xaarut foofu lañ ñëw fole si, and we have to be very honest. When we come to continental football, Sudan, they're not even there. But like I said, the mentality that they came into the 2025 AFCON, I think need to be commended, right? Lu ma dee wax na rek ñu ñëwuñ pour fo dañ ñëw pour win. Actually biñ qualifié te di ñëw AFCON ñëw ne dañoo ñëw rek pour ñu xam nga lem seen loxoy de benn góom-góom la ñu am mooy dañoo dem def luñ mun yëpp te luy seen éene rek moom mooy pour win the cup. Luñ ngey wax rek ne borom bitiki mbaga boo gis boo xaree dina bi rek magasin moo fa fees, and that's exactly what yesterday Sudan that's exactly what Sudan really showed. And to tell you the truth, pundits yëpp yesterday they were all surprised. They were caught unaware with the performance of the Sudanese. Definitely. And I think they need to be congratulated for that.
Definitely. Yes. That's the AFCON magic. And that was the end of second round of games. There were also a few big games over the weekend, we didn't have time to cover. I wanted to just get your thoughts. Right now, Senegal, they drew against Congo. So ñoom léegi seen groupe bi mu ngi xala interesting because Congo léegi ñu ngi am Botswana, which is theoretically the easier game. So léegi Senegal have to beat a strong Benin team to make sure that they're in the next round. Teg naa ne gars dinañ mun a door gars waaye it just makes it a little more complicated after seen draw bi.
I think Senegal somehow they're a little bit comfortable because even with a draw, they're there.
They're through.
And for them losing their final game, the tendency for that to happen is really narrow. But over the weekend, yes, we've seen the usual classic Senegalese players. They can give out everything because even society ball possession,
fully
is different. Senegal enjoy the ball possessions but they fail to, translate
chances.
that into chances of, securing so many goals. So, and at the end, I think the Senegalese were a bit lack of concentration for, for these people to come and equalize the game. But DR Congo, it's not also.
That's a big no. It's not a bad result.
No,
because
it's
Congo
not.
are a top team. Congo are going to the World Cup. Congo are a very top team.
And like we said the last time, they're coming into this tournament being excited for the fact that they've already qualified for the FIFA runoff. And all those things, psychologically, mentally, it contributes a whole lot, because you cannot imagine qualifying for the FIFA World Cup and you come to Africa Cup of Nations and you underperform.
Or think you can't beat anyone.
Probably you will carry that burden with you even come the World Cup. So this is another testing ground where they need to test the waters, because at the World Cup is another different level. You know what I mean?
100%.
So putting up a fight of that nature, I think, is something that is actually the DR Congo, they are forced to be reckoned with.
100%.
Yes, of course.
Kinda we mane more dimele Senegal with goal mountam scored na. And then Benin, I just wanted to touch on Nigerians. See, young London were big brother guy. Ngi am sen Mary making World Cup be, and they seem to be ready for this tournament. Ngi them on, they were all the way up 3-0 against Tunisia. Tunisia came back and scored 2 late goals. But if you just look at the tournament right now, there's 3 teams now qualify more: Egypt, Algeria, and Nigeria. And Nigeria are scoring a lot of goals, and attackers are flowing. I think right now they look like, if you're looking at the teams, you're looking at Senegal, you're looking at Morocco, Nigeria, Nyungfa, Aknyom, and they're showing they are forced to reckon with the tournament.
Yes, the last time there was one issue, or let me say, an area that I was buttressing on. That is the Nigeria's ability to kill the game. I think still now they really need to work on that. It
came up again.
Because imagine you are 3-0 up, right? And now you've gone into the second half, right? How do you kill that game?
I agree.
It's very important. Because at one point, when you reach there, why is the need to go and look for a 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th goal? It doesn't make sense, because at least a comfortable 3 goal is enough now for you to seal that particular victory. And that's where the Nigerians will always run into problem. How do you put the game to bed, to rest?
And to win AFCON, you have to. Because
games, yes, of course.
If you get to the higher level, funga reg.
No, because at the end of the day, from the first whistle, you've put in everything at the verge of winning. Get them up to the last minute, you are now being equalized. And even sometimes you then you're jar for so then you're looking at ball possession, looking at opportunities, and all. Nigeria was at the top, but at the end of the day, these people came from nowhere and then eventually win the goal. So how to put the game to rest? I think that is another thing I'm sure the tactical backroom will be looking at and to work on. Yes, of course.
100%, and we'll preview games in Nigeria and Senegal elect for their final games of the tournament. First round of action. We're going to take a short break. We're going to talk about games today. We have final round. A lot of places are still up for grabs. We'll preview that and tell you our predictions for games to come. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, fii to be on the scores on Teledal TV. Ñu ngi la fii di isil AFCON fever and all the AFCON media you can get. We have games kicking off right now. Coming up, the slate of games we have between Angola and Egypt, and also Zimbabwe and South Africa. Egypt are through si group bi ñoom am nañ 6 points, but I'm sure they'll still be wanting to make sure they hold on to that top place of the group. So I would expect that they will still try to win. Angola ñoom ñu ngi am 1 point, same as Zimbabwe, and then South Africa ñoom they have 3 points, but they lost to Egypt in the last game. So ñoom ñu ngi try to make sure that they can get a win. Let's start with Angola, Egypt. Obviously, like I said, Egypt duga nañ ba pare, but Angola are fighting for their lives, so that should make a big dynamic in that matchup coming up.
Excuse me. Yeah, you are right. I think as we speak, Angola is at a very funny position. They can still qualify, but it all depends on the South African game. This will be the third time having Egypt to face Angola in the AFCON. I think they met twice in 1996 and 2022, I think, in Ghana. But both games, Egypt came out. So, but today we are going to see, because Angola, they really need to fight for life today, So if they lose it today, I think it will be all over for them. And they should be, they will be packing.
You think they will pack? Some predictions have been pretty good.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So today is a nail.
Yep.
Look, as far as Angola is concerned, game you pass. Today is a new game, and that is how they should approach the game. And it's an opportunity to make it or break it. But yes, against the Pharaohs,
yeah,
it becomes. I'll go for 2-0 in favor of Egypt. No, 2-1 in favor of Egypt.
Egypt. Okay,
yes.
Egypt. Uncle T, so give predictions. I mean, it's done really good to start. And then second game is a big game. Obviously, South African rivals, South Africa versus Zimbabwe. Both are still in it. Come knock over here. South Africa, you get 3 points. But I thought they played well against Egypt, but they didn't get the decision now. And rivalry games, obviously the countries are close to each other. They play each other a lot in AFCON qualifiers and
FIFA
history.
Qualifiers as well.
Yeah, so it's hamantaneng. And right now, come the same with Angola, Zimbabwe, tooth and nail. They have to win to have a chance. So they'll be coming with everything. And South Africa need to get a result at least, and hope Angola don't beat Egypt. How do you see that game falling out?
Like you said, Zimbabwe, South Africa, it's a high-stake regional showdown, right? Because if you look at it from the results pressure to the regional rivalry in between them, and the urgency to win the game will definitely make this encounter a mouth-watering one, one that I will personally not like to miss. And of course, like you said, these are two sides that met multiple times, both on the continent and at the international level, from the FIFA qualifications and stuff like that. So both countries, they know each other in and out. So tonight is not only about the winning. Yes, of course, the simple equation is avoid defeat, so you can make it to the next stage. But I think the stakes here has to do with national pride as well, and not only football per se. So we are expecting to see every duel, every decision, and then every move taking will go a long way to determine the destiny of one of the countries.
You have to. I'm prediction, Uncle P. What are you thinking?
Yes, I'll go for South Africa 1-0.
1-0,
yes.
tight game.
Yes.
I agree.
Yes.
I think South Africa will squeak by,
yeah.
but I think it will be a very tight game.
It's going to be a very tight game. You know, these two countries, it's just like Gambia, Senegal, the geo-proximity.
Yep.
But like I also said, for Zimbabwe, there are two things that they need to look at. One is their attempt, you understand, they are attacking, let me put it that way. Maybe one is their attacking ability or desires, or, so those are things that they really need to balance with their defensive solidity. You understand? Their attacking force and their defensive solidity, these are two things that Zimbabwe need to really balance in order to come out of this match. You know, so your attacking ability, your attacking desire, the force, the zeal that you're going to put, you understand? I mean, should be well balanced with your defensive, because the thing is, once defensively, it is not that fortified, it's not that solid, you can be really surprised. Because the South African, forward is just too good. They're just too good, and they can be very deadly.
That's another topic. Doing what if a referee we send penalty be against Egypt, but that one we'll discuss at another time. Let's go to the other set of games in Group A. Man, this was one of my favorite groups. Bala tournament be the start. Obviously, Yangam host and favorites Morocco at the top with 4 points. But then Mali had a big result, new draw at Morocco. And now Nyom, they have 2 points along with Zambia. And then in this final game, Morocco need to win because Morocco have to play Zambia, knowing that if Zambia gets a win and Mali most likely would get a win against Comoros, you're looking at possible the favorites and host nation, Morocco, going out in the group stages. I don't think it will happen, but it makes for an exciting final game in Group A, where you have 3 teams that all believe they probably have a good chance if they can get a win today.
Yeah, like you said, Societe Morocco, they drew with Mali and they won Comoros.
Wow. But because of the draw, Zambia play, Mali play Comoros. Which they most likely, let's say they win. So that will take them to 5 points.
To 5 points.
So Zambia right now will just say, fuck you door Morocco. Somehow find a way to beat Morocco, which is a big task. But if there's a team that can make it rough after you just draw with Mali, that's a lot of pressure Morocco take, because guy Mununyo lose. So them at 30th minute, 50th minute, guy can score and good. Fancy start the you start the feel pressure. I think it's a big game for Morocco to find out. They're the best team in Africa. They can do well in the World Cup. I think today is a big time for them to show we are legit, I want to see them stake a claim, because I believe Mali will beat Comoros. So unless they beat Zambia, or a draw will be enough, I think they could find themselves maybe as a 3rd place in this group.
And to be very honest, for me, I think Zambia really, from my own POV, they've come a little bit short of my own expectation.
Wow. Okay.
Because look, I think the best results that they have was in 2012 in the AFCON. So since that time, they've been going up, they've been going down a little bit. So, things were not all that too stable with them. So coming into the AFCON 2025, I haven't seen that, group of players who have that killer instinct, who are there, like we are here, we are not here for any joke or stuff. So basically, yes, of course, they are a very good team, and you dare not to underrate them anyway, like I mentioned, because they are also capable of surprising you based on the fact that they have experience when it comes to this tournament. But from my own analysis, from my own POV, what I mean, I think they've come a little bit short of my expectation. Remember that Zambia is a footballing nation, and it's also that names you will dare not to skip when we talk about African football. But for this year's tournament,
they're still.
I think yes, they're still struggling.
Yeah. So what do you see that game? That's Zambia Morocco. You think Morocco?
I think Morocco is going to have an edge over them. Remember, this is a host nation, and we're going to have like 40,000 plus fans all at your disposal, all supporting you. And the Moroccans, they also know, let me say, arithmetically, the stakes can be really high. You understand? They can simply bow out of the entire tournament, and that will be a disaster. Because what? It will even bring down the entire tempo,
energy,
the zeal of the entire tournament. Xam nga rek, parce que host nation bi li nga dee bëgg rek mooy at least même bu winut sax waaye at least na fa nekk ba ci
round of quarter final mu neex tuuti
waaw ak yooyu noonu. Because su dul loolu bu host nation bi génnee li ci gën a bari la des ci da ngay dem African football la doo gis kenn ci pavilion
kenn du ñëw
am nga xëy na gan yi nekk biir Morocco ñoom rek ñooy dem seeti seen dëkk yeeg the football lovers. But di nga gis ne su fekkee they still in the competition, it will keep the AFCON campaign alive. So tonight we are going to see a different Morocco. Honestly speaking, guys,
Hakimi
no dañoo dem pour reyante affaire bi nag
no caaxaan bi lo dama last game
because it's just like they're standing on the edge.
Very very big
ndama ngi ci biir
hay
gàcce ngi ci biir
waxaat ko and then Mali, they got a big result seen draw bi against Morocco. ñoom they play Comoros. Obviously, like I said, a lot of respect Comoros this whole tournament. They've really put a lot of hard work and I think impressed a lot of people with the fight and heart bu guys won. But I think Mali should try to finish that up to make sure that they get through to the next round of the last round of games.
If you look at it, Mali, for the last 8 AFCON games you guys bokk seen group stages, the final group stages, Mali dañ ko dee win. So we don't know tonight what's going to happen. But historically, the last 8 AFCON games you guys play, the last match of the fourth round, the last match of the fourth round, they always win. For 8 consecutive years. So tonight we're gonna see whether history will repeat itself against Comoros. But like I said, Comoros, for really, they've done extremely well. The fact that you have qualified all the way to the AFCON, I think that's a big plus. There are so many lessons I'm sure they will learn from this campaign that probably at the end of the whole thing, dinañ gën a defaru xam nga rek parce que léegi am nañ the feeling, the experience, xam nañ nata nañ seeni boppa and after all this AFCON and stuff nañ gën a defaru xam nga rek especially in areas yoo xamante they need improvement as a team, as individual players, So there is a whole lot of things, but I think most likely the road to the next stage for them is getting more and more narrow, especially tonight meeting giants like Mali.
Yep.
But let's see what will happen.
That's football, and that's AFCON specifically. So as the games are kicking off, the England we'll go to watch it as well. We hope that you guys will be watching. Tomorrow we have a slew of games for you again. Group C and D, final group games with a lot of places on the line. We'll also go through some of the most impressive players in the tournament who's caught our eye, player of the tournament. A lot of that is elect. So please make sure to tune in, inshallah. Thank you very much, Uncle T. So
we want to say thank you very much for patronizing our AFCON platform because nobody follow the program. Even this morning, I was at a bank. And then, one of the cashiers was saying, okay, Teledal, now we're really following that. So but the thing is, we want you people to take ownership of Teledal. And the way we can do that is for you to be participating in our programs. Tomorrow, when we come back here, inshallah, we'll try to put on a specific
live chat
WhatsApp number that you can send us your own analysis, your own prediction, and solely we will read it here. We'll share your name, that is if provided you want. Like for example, Lamin Toure all the way from Gunjur says this, So because we want it to be more interactive, we want it to be more engaging, and the only way we can do that is for you to participate. Share your opinions and your suggestions. From me, Tijan Jane, until I see you tomorrow, bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Wrapping up, and you have a great day here on Teledal TV Beyond the Scores. Thank you very much.